Hello guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we have seen how to declare a structure. So I'm going to open the file. Okay, this is the thing we have seen in the last lecture. So in this lecture, I'm going to teach you how to call the structure inside a main function. So what are we going to do? Calling a structure inside main. So what is a structure basically? Basically, structure stores the various data types. We can store various data types inside the structure. Okay. So you can see here, one integer and two characters has been stored inside a structure. Okay. So what I'm going to write inside an int main, I'm going to declare I want two orders to be stored. Okay. I want to store two orders. Okay. So basically each order contains a order ID, a address and a name. Okay. So each order contains a order ID, a order address and a order name. So I'm going to write two orders. First one is order 1 and the second one is order 2. So how to declare order 1 and order 2? So first write the keyword struct. Okay. So struct, what is the structure name is order, and we have to declare the order name. Okay, so since this is the order one, I'm going to write order one. In the same way, struct order 2, and if you have more orders, you need to write more orders. Okay, so struct order 3, order 4, order 5. It's always to add any number of orders we want. Okay, so basically struct and the structure name and the order 1, order 2, order 3. So we have to declare in this way. If we need to have more number of orders, we can declare more number of orders. Okay, so this is basically the reference. So the next thing is we have to store inside the order 1 and order 2. Inside the order 1, we have to store order ID, order address and order name. So inside order 2, we need to store its order ID, its order address and its order name. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to declare order 1. Okay, order 1 dot, we are going to use a dot operator here, order 1 dot. So whenever you press the dot, you are going to see what the C compiler giving us the suggestions. So if you have pressed the dot, the next thing you need to do, you can add a address, name or order ID. So each order one has an order ID, a name and an address. So I'm going to add the order ID. So go to order ID by pressing the upward arrow and downward arrow on your keyboard, and whenever you see you selected the order ID, press enter. It will directly give the order ID. Okay, so order 1, inside order 1, I want to store order ID as 1 2 3. Suppose the order ID is 1 2 3. So, and I want to store a name and a address. First I want to store a name. Okay, so we need to store a name. So the set of characters is called as strings. Okay, strings are the set of characters. We are going to discuss the strings in the section later on, in the lecture later on, in the same section. Okay, in this section only, but in the later on lectures you are going to learn about strings. Okay, strings and basically the collection of characters is called strings. So for now you need to store a name, so we have to use string copy function. For now, just remember string copy, strcpy, string copy. So inside string copy we need to store a name. What is that? Order 1 dot, I want to store a name. Okay, comma. So we need to give the name which we need to store. Okay, I'm going to store Michael. Okay, so the string copy belongs to string.h library file. You may have remembered that printf and scanf belongs to stdio.h, standard input output.h. In the same way, the string copy function belongs to hash include string.h, because these are basically the strings, string.h. Okay, so basically what is a string? String is the collection of characters, which I'm going to explain every point to point in the lectures later on about strings. Okay, so whenever we want to declare, we want to give a name or an address which has the collection of alphabets, we need to use char and the name of the char and the size. Okay, and whenever we need to store inside this name or address, we need to use strcpy function. Okay, and this string copy function is present inside string.h library file. Okay, and the same way we need to store an address, string copy strcpy order1 dot address. Okay, address comma, the address would be, I would like to give United Kingdoms. Okay, kingdom. Okay, without s. So the next thing which I'm going to write is about order 2. In the same way, we have to declare order 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this. Okay, you can type if you want, and we are humans, we need to simplify our work, so I'm copying, and the order ID would be 124. Instead of Michael, I'm gonna give Jackson. Okay, and United, instead of kingdoms, I will give states. Perfect. So I have declared two orders, order 1, and I need to declare order 2. Okay, this is order 2 dot name, order 2 dot address. Okay, so these three are basically the order 1, and these three are basically order 2. So we have declared a structure called order, and we have declared their instances, order 1 and order 2, and we have declared those order ID, order address, and order name inside order 1 and order 2. The next thing I want to do, I want to display these two orders in the output window. Okay, so how to declare? So I'm going to use another function. Since we have learned about functions in the last lecture, I'm going to use the help of functions. Okay, so I want to declare a function called print order. Okay, there is no return type for print order, so no need to give int, char, float, anything. Just give void, because it do not have any return type. It do not return anything. It will print in the output screen. Okay, void. The function name is print order. Okay, and inside which, what we are going to pass? We are going to pass a structure. Okay, structure. I'm sorry, capital S, not, it's a small s. Struct. Struct is the keyword, and what is the structure? Struct order. Okay, order, and we need to give a name to this structure now. So I'm going to give the same name, order, again, without any confusion. Okay, struct order, and inside which I need to print, printf. What I'm gonna print? I'm going to print the order ID is, what is the order ID? An integer, %d, and new line, comma, order, this is an order, right? Order dot, what we need to print? We need to print a order ID. So I'm going to print, the ordered person name is percentage. What we need to give? %d. What's the name? The name is a string. Okay, so strings are basically represented by %s and a new line. So characters, these characters are represented by %c. but the set of characters are represented by percentage s. S is nothing but a string, okay, comma, order dot order name, okay, then person name. The same way I'm going to copy this. We need to make our life simple, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to paste it here. The ordered address is, this is instead of person name, address is order dot address, okay. Order id, order name, and order address are gonna print if we call this function print order. So what we need to do, we need to call this function. So how to call, you already know. We need to write the function name. This is the function name, so we need to write a function name here. I'm sorry, function name here, and we need to pass the parameter. What is the parameter? Order. So what's the order? Order 1, and the same thing, order 2. I'm going to print both order 1 and order 2. If you want only order 1, you need to write only one function. If we want order 2, we need to write only one order 2. If we want to print both the orders, we need to call the function twice, 2 times. I think this is the first time we are calling the function twice, the same function twice in the main. Okay, this is where the functions are very much useful, because if you want to declare or if you want to print these things inside the main only, you need to write these 3 lines 6 times here, isn't it? Here order 1 dot order id, order 1 dot order name, order 1 dot address, and again order 2 dot order id, order 2 dot name, order 2 dot address. And if you have order 3 and order 4, you need to write these 3 lines again, order 3 dot order id, order 3 dot name, order 4 dot order id, in the same way. And think of this, you have more, not only these, order id, order date, order expected date, order name, order address. We have so many instances, okay. So we need to print those many lines again and again and again. So this is the main use of function. Inside function we are declaring only once, but we are calling here twice. So basically we have written these 6 times, okay, this printf line 6 times. We have more instances, we need to write more printfs, and that would become a tough if we write these things inside the main. So we need to declare a function, okay. So that is the main important thing, the declaration of functions. So while explaining the functions, I had told how to add the numbers, how to do the greater than, less than things, and all the things, okay. So what basically here we are doing, this is the main important aspects or important thing where we are using the functions again and again. And as I have already told you, while declaring the functions, the important thing is we need to declare a function. We need to copy this and we need to paste it at the top. Yeah, this is the thing, we need to paste here only. I had already pasted, so you can see, paste it, you can paste. So we have learned about a new library file, and we have declared a function, we have declared a structure, we have called the structure inside the main function, we are printing the structure. So we have done a lot of jobs here, okay, a lot of things here. So does this work? I hope so, it should work. So let's compile and see. It worked. The order ID is 1, 2, 3. The first person is Michael from United Kingdoms. Order ID 1 to 4. The second person, Jackson from United States. It worked fine. It is storing, it is displaying. We have used the concept of functions. We have used the concept of structures, the structure declaration, and calling the structure and printing the structure. So yeah, in this lecture we have learned a lot of things. And also this is the main important lecture, because about the structures we have covered almost everything about structures here. So only a few things left. So be focused more on the structures. If you have not understood, see again this lecture, okay, again and again. So guys, that's it for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.